Hello, everyone. Welcome. Feel free to fill in the chairs if you want. There's some up front and a couple scattered. So all those of you that are standing in the back, again, feel free to come and sit down. Thank you all for being here on this beautiful fall day. My name is Ann Schmerdla, and I'm the president and CEO at the Blank Park Zoo. On behalf of all the staff at the zoo, I am so grateful that you are here today to help us celebrate a couple of milestones. The zoo has been a part of the Des Moines landscape for a very long time, and we are announcing another milestone today. In the early 1960s, the federal government donated land on the city's south side to the city of Des Moines to be used for recreational purposes. In 1963, A.H. Blank had a vision for the next step of recreation and growth for the city of Des Moines. He wanted a place where families could come to be immersed in wildlife, entertainment, and education, a place where community members could experience things that you cannot do anywhere else in the state of Iowa. Mr. Blank made a historically generous gift to the city of Des Moines to open the Des Moines Children's Zoo in 1966. Over the next several years, the zoo grew in every year, becoming a treasured institution within central Iowa. Recognizing the need to grow with our community, as well as the motivation to become a leader in wildlife conservation around the globe, the Blank Park Zoo Foundation was formed in 1981 to lead the charge to reshape the zoo from a small children's zoo to a regional attraction with global impacts. After 4 years of renovation, the Blank Park Zoo was reopened in 1986 in honor of the Blank family's legacy and generosity in central Iowa and beyond. In 2003, the Blank Park Zoo Foundation signed a 28E agreement with the city of Des Moines, which allowed the private foundation to take over all operations of the organization, changing the status of the zoo to a nonprofit 501c3. In the decades that follow, Blank Park Zoo would make major strides in animal conservation, community education, and family recreation. With the help and support of the community, the Zoo Foundation has invested over $30 million in facility improvements since 2005, including the Tom and Joe Grice Great Cats exhibit, the Myron and Jackie Blank Discovery Center, Hub Harbor, John McQuaw Africa, and the Marjorie A. Foster Lion Conservation Center that is under construction today, just to name a few. The zoo has been committed to expanding its impact in central Iowa and beyond. The success of the Blank Park Zoo Foundation was made possible by several community members, and I would like to introduce you to one of those individuals. Tim and Tony Urban have been involved with the evolution and change in the zoo's history going back to the 1980s. It is their generosity and guidance that has helped shape the zoo's history. Tim is here to share a little about his experience over the past decades of the zoo. Please help me welcome Tim Urban.
Well, I don't have a stool here, so I can't be as tall as Ann. I just wanted to share a little bit what Ann touched on regarding how we got here. I finished 10 years of being on the city council in 1983, the same year our youngest child, Jonathan, was born, and decided I really wanted to get involved in another program. And at that time, the zoo was owned by the city. We had two different advocacy groups, Friends of the Zoo, etc., that were involved. And so there were some very active people. But we had to determine at that point whether we were going to remain as a seasonal recreational facility, closed down during the winter, or we were going to change into something that would compete with many of the other zoos within the Midwest, Omaha being our biggest competitor, if you will. And we decided that to do that, we had to build a new building that would provide year-round exposure to the themes of the zoo. And we now call that the Interpretive Center, the building that most of you checked into when you came in. And I have just a brief anecdote to give you. At the time, we had to find someone that would raise the money for it, because as Ann indicated, that we were taking over the zoo as a private organization, or had already gone through that. And I was on the board, and they asked me to go talk to Mike Blank. since the Blank family had the legacy of the park here. And so I go in and I give him the whole spiel, the plans that we had for the interpretive center and everything else. And I thought, well, I'd done my duty, and I walk out, and just as I go out the door, he says, "Tim, did you forget something?" And I said, "Well, no. Aren't you going to ask me for any money?" And sure enough, he came through with a very large contribution and got the fundraising going. And the city of Des Moines, by the way, should get a lot of kudos here. I think Mike Simonson's here representing the city. For many years, the city, even though we took over the zoo, has been extraordinarily generous with us in terms of infrastructure, many operating costs, etc. The other kudo I'd like to give to is the whole string of zoo directors. Ralph Waterhouse was the director at the time when we first got started. And then Dave Allen came in, then Terry Rich. And now we have a fabulous director, Mark Vukovic, I'm sorry, I love Mark. But every step of the way, each of these directors brought new skills and new approaches to it. I won't go into what I think all of them offered, but I can tell you this director has all of those skills put together in one leadership position, so she deserves a lot of credit. The last comment I would say is that year of 1983, when I got involved, when Jonathan was born, Jonathan is now 43 years old. He has two little boys, and one of them is enamored with Fisher, the otter, one of our two otters. And so it's a huge pleasure as a grandparent to engage our children and our grandchildren in the zoo and attach things about the zoo to their lives. And so we're looking forward to getting them back to visit Des Moines occasionally and being able to see what would be a family of otters, we hope, with a mating pair, to be able to see not only the wonderful exhibits that are here as well, but to enjoy the new otters. So thank you.
Thank you to Tim and Tony Urban for their continued dedication and support. It is because of people like the Urbans, the zoo is celebrating our 60th anniversary in 2026. We are starting that celebration today with an anniversary logo to commemorate the milestone in our history. And I think, yep, go ahead and pull it off. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Now we are entering the next phase of growth, taking a large step into our future and the next step in our large master plan for the zoo. I am very excited to announce the groundbreaking of the Ruan Foundation Wild Iowa, the next major milestone in the zoo's Expand the Impact campaign. This is a $12.4 million project that highlights the importance of wildlife in our own backyards. Located in the heart of the zoo, the Ruan Foundation Wild Iowa will immerse guests in the natural beauty of Iowa's landscapes and connect them to native wildlife found throughout the state. It is this new space you will find North American river otters, American bald eagles, bobcat, and smaller aquariums showcasing reptiles, fish, and amphibian species. 4 guiding principles have directed this project. First is to improve accessibility, including accessibility throughout the grounds, such as floor-to-ceiling glass that you will find in the viewing areas, so everybody will be able to enjoy the animals with unobstructed views. The second is to make continual animal welfare upgrades, including more space for each of our animals. Third is to ignite wonder for all Iowans by enhanced education and guest experiences. And last, implement and participate in expanded conservation and sustainability practices, such as a new water filtration system for the otters. There are numerous community members that have pledged support to make this project a reality, and I would like to recognize a few. First, We are very grateful to the Ruan Foundation for believing in the importance of this project and championing the project with a lead gift. The Ruan Foundation has supported the zoo for over 30 years and has been instrumental in our growth. Today's celebration would not be possible without their dedication to the zoo. Their gift will allow us to expand our mission work and bring those 4 guiding principles of the project to life. We are honored to have Rachel and Janice with us today, and I ask you to please join me in a round of applause to celebrate their contribution. The Des Moines region is a better place because of the support and involvement of the Nationwide Foundation. And I am honored they have chosen this project as one of their projects to support within the community. The Nationwide Foundation has provided funding to help develop a new and enhanced bald eagle habitat, giving the zoo's rehabilitated eagles greater access to sunlight, natural perching areas, and expanded space. Here with us today is Kristen Ross, Vice President of the Nationwide Foundation and Senior Director in the Office of Corporate Citizenship, to provide a few comments.
Thank you, everybody. I also am a big fan of the otter. When I come to the zoo and make sure to take pictures with them. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us this morning to celebrate the groundbreaking for Wild Iowa. At Nationwide, when they presented the proposal to us and we saw the information about the bald eagle, we knew that we had to be supportive, since the eagle is a symbol of Nationwide. At Nationwide, our mission is to protect people, businesses, and futures with extraordinary care. This mission is the cornerstone of our commitment to giving back and fostering resilient communities. It also ties into our values as a company who is committed to being more than a business. It defines our identity, shapes our mindset, and guides our actions. With deep roots in the Des Moines community, Nationwide is committed to supporting initiatives and projects that protect, strengthen, and advance individuals and families, providing a nurturing environment where everyone can thrive and sustain and grow our region, both economically and also culturally. Just as individuals choose to engage and make a difference, companies must do the same. We exhibit the responsibility to be proactive contributors, leverage our resources, insights, and leadership to fortify and enhance the well-being of our communities. For more than 2 decades, we've been honored to stand alongside the Blank Park Zoo. As a steadfast partner in advancing its mission, our enduring relationship is built upon a shared commitment to creating transformative opportunities in conservation and education. And so we're pleased to invest in a future where the zoo serves as a beacon of innovation, inspiration, and impact for generations to come. Together, we're deeply committed to cultivating a dynamic and resilient environment where the zoo is not only positioned to thrive, but to serve as a transformative force in Des Moines, Iowa, and across our region. Over the next 60 years, we envision the zoo becoming a cornerstone, inspiring future generations and elevating the cultural and ecological vitality of our area. So, on behalf of the nearly 2,300 associates in Central Iowa, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for the partnership and collaboration with the Blank Park Zoo. Thank you.
We are proud to be a part of Polk County, the heart of Central Iowa. As one of the largest regional attractions, we welcome visitors from all across the state. The Ruan Foundation Wild Iowa project is one of many major development projects underway, and we are grateful for the support of the Polk County Board of Supervisors. This project will attract more visitors to our county, supporting the economic development goals. As the leaders of our county, the supervisors are centered on progress and committed to making changes and expanding future growth. Thank you to Supervisor Matt McCoy for being here to celebrate with us and speak on behalf of the Polk County Board of Supervisors.
Thanks, Ann, and congratulations for getting to this point today. This has been, I know, a long time coming, and it's great to hear from Tim Urban about the history of the zoo and all that's been accomplished since it was turned over to private individuals to run, and it's been a great quality of life amenity for Des Moines. We are so proud to be part of it as Polk County, and as you mentioned, our new theme for economic development is centered on progress. Our goal is to attract and bring vitality to our community by investing in amenities that provide opportunities for families to have recreational and educational experiences, and this meets that goal. Another one that is meeting that goal is the Italian Cultural Center, which we also made a substantial investment in. And we're going to be making these types of investments throughout our community in pretty significant ways. Aaron Kennedy has been a key champion, I know, on the fundraising side of this, and I think when he took the job, he didn't know what he was getting into, but we've been really honored to work with him and his team as they showcase the things that make Polk County a great place to live, work, and play. So again, I'd like to acknowledge my colleague Jill Altringer that's with us today. It's great to have unanimous support from the Board of Supervisors for these types of projects, and we had it for this project and are grateful for that. Congratulations to all that have participated over the years. I see the Burnetts, I see Toby Joseph, I see the Ruans that have always been there helping make these events, make this zoo a better place for all of us, and we're grateful for that. Tim mentioned that his son is now 43. My son is 26, and he came to the zoo at least 2 or 3 times a week growing up because the person that took care of him when we were at work would bring him to the zoo and walk him around the zoo, and it was about a perfect 1-hour walk, and he was asleep by the time they were done. And I think a lot of us take for granted just what an amazing amenity this is in the center of our city. So thank you all for being here.
It takes a lot of people to help make a project of this size a reality, and we are so grateful to everybody for participating in it. I would like to recognize and thank a few of our other partners that were instrumental in making this project a reality. I invite the following partners to join me in officially breaking the ground and signifying the start of the Ruan Foundation Wild Iowa transformation. So first, Rachel and Janice from the Ruan Foundation, please come up. Sorry. Yep. Oh, John, you're going to come on up? Okay, come on up. All right, perfect. Kristen Nationwide Foundation, representing the Polk County Board of Supervisors, Supervisor Matt McCoy and Supervisor Jill Altringer. Principal Financial Group, Prairie Meadows, represented by Dr. Neville and Julie Stewart. Tim and Tony Urban, the Fred Maytag Family Fund, Aaron and Karen Kennedy, Musco Lighting, and Meta, represented by Matt and Steph. Fantastic. All right. You ready with the shovel? You ready? In action. Come on over. All right. Perfect. Okay, thank you to all of our partners. We could not do this without you. Thank you all for being here as we launch our 60th anniversary in 2026, celebrating 6 decades of conservation, education, research, and recreation.